James Harden's scoring ability has been impressive to say the least. On the season, he's averaging 36.3 points per game, and in the month of January alone, he averaged about 44 points per game. However, it has come with the second highest usage rate in NBA history, and it begs the question, is James Harden the best scoring player in the NBA? In this video, I'll be comparing Harden to the other two players who I think are in my top 3 of best scorers in the NBA, Kevin Durant and Stephen Curry. Also, I'll be comparing their numbers from just this season to keep things consistent. And while you may think the numbers are more lopsided in Harden's favor, that may not be the case for every stat, and each player here has a case to say that they're the best scorer in the NBA. Let's dive into the stats. And just to reiterate, we are talking about pure scoring ability, not offensive ability, which involves playmaking and such. The 8 categories we'll be comparing is finishing, mid-range scoring, 3-point scoring, shot creating, off-ball scoring, post-ups, free throws, and transition scoring. Before we do all that, let's compare their numbers side by side. Looking at the raw numbers, it's clear that Harden has scored more points than either Curry or Durant. However, if you look further down into the percentages, Kevin Durant has the highest field goal percentage, Curry has the highest 3-point percentage and free throw percentage, and Curry also has the highest effective field goal percentage. Harden has the highest usage rate. And with all that out of the way, let's talk about the first category, finishing. Although you could say that Harden is stronger and can get through contact better, and that Curry and Harden are both more creative going at the rim, Kevin Durant is my pick for the best finisher out of the 3. The stats prove it as well, with Durant finishing at about 76% at the rim, Curry with 67% at the rim, and Harden with 60.5% at the rim. And I'm not taking anything away from Curry or Harden. They're both great finishers, especially with their smaller frames. The thing is, KD's length and ability to finish over the top of defenders sets him apart from both of them. His combination of speed and his long strides allow him to step around defenders, and when you combine that with his length and his release point, he's almost virtually unblockable. And when he needs to, he can blow by you and explode to the basket off either 1 or 2 feet for a dunk. For these reasons, I have KD winning the finishing category. Next up on the list, we have mid-range shooting. I consider mid-range shooting about 10 to 16 feet per Basketball Reference. And once again, Kevin Durant takes the cake because of his volume and efficiency on these mid-range shots. It's true that Harden is better percentage-wise, however, he's only taken 51 shots on the season. For Curry, he's been even worse. He shot about 41% from that distance, and he's only taken 41 shots. In comparison to Durant, he's taken 245 shots and hit 114 of those for about 46.5%. Once again, I think this has to do with Durant's length. It's a lot easier for him to get that shot off due to his high release point, and he has a multitude of moves to get the shot off. He can hit you with the between the legs hesitation, or a hesitation blow-by step back to get that shot off. I also don't think it's an efficient shot for both Curry and Harden, and I think they recognize that. They don't really take that many shots from mid-range because they're good finishers and they're good 3-point shooters. I also think they don't take the shot as much because they don't have the God-given gift of being 7 foot like Kevin Durant. With that being said, Kevin Durant wins the mid-range category. Next up, we have the 3-point shooting category, and I think we all know who takes the cake. Let's keep in mind that Steph has missed 11 games this season, and yet, he's still number 2 in the league in 3-pointers made with 215 and counting. That's about 5.2 per game. Yes, Harden does have more total 3-pointers made at 241, however, he's played 8 more games than Curry, and only has 26 more 3-pointers than him on the season. Curry is also far superior to the other 2 guys on this list when it comes to 3-point efficiency. Curry is shooting 45.1% from 3 on 477 attempts so far. Harden is shooting 37% on 652 attempts, and KD is shooting 36.6% on 262 attempts. Let's put this into perspective. If Curry had the extra 175 shots that Harden has on him, and he was shooting 45% on those, he'd have about 294 3-pointers on the season. That would be about 50 more 3-pointers than Harden. And it's not just about the stats. If you look at the game, Curry is just about elite in everything that has to do with 3-point shooting. He's amazing off the dribble, he's amazing off the pick and roll, he's amazing in catch and shoot situations, he's great coming off screens, he's great off ball. He can do it all when it comes to 3-point shooting, and there's no denying that he's the best 3-point shooter in NBA history. The next category up is shot creating, and let me tell you, this was a tough one between KD and Harden. I mean this in no disrespect to Curry, but Harden and KD are the two best one-on-one players and the two best at creating their shot in the whole league. In the past, I would have said KD, and I mean a lot of us would. He's a 7-foot demigod who can get his shot off over anybody. However, the thing that made Harden the winner of this category is the assist percentage. What I mean by this is how many of this player's shots have been assisted on. And let me tell you, the difference is shocking. This season, Curry has been assisted on 57.8% of his shots. KD is lower at 46.8%. But James Harden, on his league-leading 1,179 field goals attempted, has been assisted on 11.2% of his field goals made. 11.2%. That means basically 90% of his field goals are one-on-one. Yes, we all know that he has the step-back move, but there are other moves in his arsenal that are just as deadly. He's able to lull defenders to sleep with his hesitation crossover. If you fall for his hezzy, he'll drive to the rack for either a finish at the bucket or free throws. If you're disciplined enough on the hezzies, he'll hit you with a crossover. He'll either drive to the rim or he'll hit you with his signature step back three. It's really pick your poison when you go one-on-one with Harden. The fifth category that we have is off-ball scoring, and Curry is the clear-cut winner. Harden and KD are more one-on-one players in my opinion, and they make the offense more stagnant. And yes, Curry has all the handles to do the things that Harden and KD does, but when you watch him, he passes the ball and he moves in a continuous flowing motion. He does not stop the whole offensive possession. He keeps moving and moving, setting off-ball screens, running off screens, and once he gets the ball, he's either open for a three-pointer or he drives to the basket. And because his three-point shooting is so deadly, defenses usually don't sag off him, and driving lanes on his side are open. His gravity and movement is what makes the Warriors' offense the Warriors' offense. The sixth category that we have is post-ups. Out of these three players, KD is the most elite post scorer. Although being 7 feet tall, KD isn't your typical post scorer. He doesn't like banging with bodies down below, and he prefers to face up. Off the face up, KD has a variety of options. He can either rise up over you, he can jab and then rise up over you, or he can jab and drive to the basket. Over the years, KD has also developed a fadeaway jumper, his favorite being fading towards the baseline. However, he's also added the Dirk fadeaway to his bag, and he's able to use that to shoot over smaller defenders and basically make his shot unblockable. Because of this, and the fact that Harden and Steph don't post up, KD wins the category. James Harden is the winner of the next category, free throw shooting, due to the fact he gets to the line the most in the league and he shoots a pretty good percentage. Although he doesn't shoot 90% from the free throw line like KD and Curry do, Harden still shoots a very respectable 87%. The thing that separates Harden from his peers is that he's able to get to the line so frequently. He leads the league at 12 attempts per game. He shoots about 7 more free throws than Curry and 5 more than Durant. The real question is if there's a way to stop him from getting to the line. I don't think so. He's abusing the refs and they have to call it. Hate him or love him, Harden's free throw shooting is the reason he's one of the most dangerous scorers in the NBA. Finally, the last category we have is scoring in transition. All three players are really good in transition because they have the pull-up three-pointer in their arsenal. It may seem like they're all driving to the basket at full speed, but then they stop and pop for a three, which is usually wide open because the defense is so committed to the basket. Some people may say it's Curry because of his ability to pull up from so deep. Some people may say it's Harden because of his ability to barrel through contact, draw a foul, and finish through contact. However, Kevin Durant can do both of these things. Durant's speed and length once again separates him from his competition. He's able to blow by defenders with his long strides, he's able to finish through contact even though he has a skinny frame, and he's able to pull up from deep, just like Curry. He can also hit you with the mid-range jumper as well. KD has so many offensive weapons at his fingertips, and it's what makes him one of the most dangerous fast-break players in the league. My final takeaway of the video is that KD, in my opinion, is still the best scorer in the league because of his all-around game. My thing is, if Curry or Durant had the same shot attempts or same opportunity as Harden did in the D'Antoni system, I think they'd be averaging near 40 points per game just like Harden. But you know, as usual, this is just my opinion, so maybe I got it wrong, maybe I got it right. Let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. We're at 66 subscribers and I appreciate the support. And I'll see y'all in the next video.